How's it going? So, if you're looking at this title, you're probably like, why are you ashamed of being a Spider-Man fan? It's all because of this one movie that hasn't came out yet, and people assume shit by it. And the fact is that they're extremely negative towards this movie. If anyone knows that Spider-Man Far From Home, or Spider-Man No Way Home, hasn't came out yet, people already made this assumption of what this movie's going to be. And the trailer has came out recently, and it shows no sign of Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, and it's causing people to be mad. Because they're like, whoa, I thought they're going to be in the movie, so why they're in the freaking movie? And now they're attacking people because of it. No one said that they were going to be in the freaking film. Hell, people have resented it. Kevin Feige said it wasn't going to be a Spider-Verse film. Tobey Maguire has said that he doesn't want to come back as Spider-Man. He doesn't plan on coming back as Spider-Man. Hell, Andrew Garfield said that he's not coming back as Spider-Man. He said it in an interview too. And people just assume that he's gonna be in the movie, and it's ridiculous. There is no actual evidence proving it. And then, like, people are, like, going, like, oh, but this toy line says this. You know what that toy is? I used to own a toy like that. It's one of those walkie-talkie toys.
Someone reported a civilian being attacked near you.
Those toys came out when Spider-Man, I think, Spider-Man 1 and 2 came out. Have anyone remember those toys? See, I was born in 2002. That means I grew up with the Spider-Man trilogy, the Amazing Spider-Man series, and guess what? I would love to see them come back. I would. I really would. But you guys just need to dial it back. Jeez. That's why I'm ashamed of being a Spider-Man fan. Because people just assume this shit, and then when they don't get what they want, they freak out. No one said it was a Spider-Verse film. It was all in your head. And it's irritating to see this happen. And then studio meddling. One of the biggest things, like, that's like been the series killer out there. Like, it killed Spider-Man 3, it killed Amazing Spider-Man 2. Studio meddling. Because if anyone's actually looked at the earlier drafts of Spider-Man 3, Venom wasn't supposed to be in the film. Venom was crammed in there because the studio wanted Venom because fans liked Venom. Sam Raimi didn't know anything about the character, and that's what caused the issue. He wasn't comfortable making a movie about a character that he has never done any research on. Amazing Spider-Man 2. They were too busy trying to make it a good Spider-Man film that they caused a lot of issues. They crammed way too many villains, and it led to a lot of stories not being fulfilled. Because they were too busy with 10,000 different things all at once. And it's ridiculous to see that. And people think that this movie's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be a Spider-Verse film. No, because why would they do that? In a marketing standpoint, it wouldn't be a good thing. It really wouldn't. They need to finish up the story of Tobey. They need to finish Tom's story. And they need to have him as the main focus. They can't be having two other Spider-Mans in the movie. Yes, Alfred Molina and I think, well, Green Goblin and Electro, they're gonna be in the film. But that people are like, oh, it's gonna be the MCU. No, it's not. Jamie Foxx says that this is gonna be a different version of Electro that he is playing. Alfred Molina is gonna be playing a different version of Dr. Octavius. Yeah, they're gonna be from the multiverse, but they're not gonna be the same versions. Spider-Man 2, Dr. Octopus died. Spider-Man 1, Green Goblin died. They're not gonna be the same versions.
FYI, app users reported an assault happening near you.
It would be extremely stupid for them to do that, because that's just gonna contradict those movies' storylines. Tobey Maguire resents being Spider-Man. The guy has said multiple different times in interviews that he doesn't look fondly at his time as Spider-Man. So why would he be Spider-Man again? The guy didn't like it. He doesn't like the fact that he's known for playing Spider-Man. There's a reason why he's not in the press, in the eyes of the press anymore. There's a reason why he's not. And when he does movies, he's not doing these big time movies anymore. You know what's the last movie I've ever seen him in? It was Boss Baby, and he was a voice actor. He was a narrator. That was it. Everyone just has to dial it back. Like, people are gonna go, oh, you're not excited. I can guarantee you're not excited to see Spider-Man. No, I am excited to see it. I'm excited to see the film. I'm just more irritated the fact that fans are the reason why these movies flop. And I can't 100% blame fans either, but I kinda can blame them on this. When they say stuff or demand shit, Sony's the idiot. Sony are the kind of idiots that are trying to please people, and that's what causes the issue. Because they try to please way too many people at once, and it causes the movie to be a clusterfuck.
Friendly neighborhoods picked up an unfriendly weapons deal happening nearby.
I want to see Tom Holland's story be finished. I'd want to see it be done the best way they can. Yes, they said that they're going to do a Spider-Verse film at some point. At some point. They didn't say they was going to do it now. When they were going to do a Spider-Verse film, and this is what I think I would do, I would do it when I'm good and ready. Where I know for a fact that I could do it without making the film feel cluttered and a mess. And believe me, that's actually a lot harder than it looks. Like, I know people have this perfect idea on how this film's gonna be. People have this idea of how it should be. But I'm going to say this. Don't go to the movie with those assumptions. Because you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. When you assume that Charlie Cox is going to be in the movie, when he's not going to be. They even said he wasn't going to be. Which, believe me, that pisses me off the most. Sorry about that, guys. I'm also a little sick. I'm literally just getting over the fact of me having COVID. But I also know for a fact that when people assume this stuff, it makes me ashamed to be a Spider-Man fan, because then people act so negative towards the film when it doesn't fit their standards.
Take him out! We can't go back to the round!
Gross! You escaped the prison convoy but stayed in Manhattan? Bad call.
Got a shot!
Like, that's all I ask for, is for people to just dial it back. Because you're putting yourself in that situation where you're gonna be mad at the film. There has been a overwhelming urge that I have seen that people have. Like, hey, you got downtime. The film didn't have anything to fight about. It's okay to theorize. I never said it wasn't a good thing to theorize. Like, you want to theorize about the story? Go ahead. But when you start playing it off like it's gonna be real, or like that's actually gonna happen, you are setting yourself up to fail. And that's why I'm ashamed of being a Spider-Man fan. And I probably sound like a broken record.
Someone reported a mugging at a donation stand.
Like, one of the biggest things that pisses me off when people talk about Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man is that he's the most accurate, or he's the ultimate Peter Parker. No, he's not. Peter Parker never idolized anybody in the Ultimate Universe. The guy had anger issues. Hell, he was a loner. When people talk about Ultimate Peter Parker, I don't think they're actually talking about Peter Parker. They're talking about Miles Morales. Because that actually resembles how Tom Holland is.
Spider-Man 1, robbers 0.
When I was playing this game, when I was playing through the story, playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, he acted a lot like Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man. Which, yeah, that's how the character acts. If you want to look at an accurate version of the Ultimate Universe version of Peter Parker, it's actually the Spider-Man trilogy. And people are probably gonna be like, no, it's not. Like, that film series was around during when that film series came out. Ultimate Spider-Man was still fresh in everyone's mind. Spider-Man 1 came out around 2002. Ultimate Spider-Man came out in 2001.
This is our moment, boys! Today we put the spider in the ground!
Hey, you guys want to switch it up and talk things out this time?
Enough said at that point.
All right.
Not to mention the fact that Ultimate Spider-Man was the most popular version of Spider-Man at that time too. Because he was new. He was a fresh new adaptation that fans liked.
Screw this! I'm getting my ass!
Come on, guys. Isn't New York traffic bad enough?
And that's who I've noticed. I don't know, it's just something that people just really need to think about. I think people just need to think about the fact that they just assume way too much shit and it's causing an issue. And Spider-Man fans are really freaking toxic. Don't get me wrong, they are extremely toxic. I grew up with the fan base. I have gone to the point that I know way too much about the freaking character.
Miles, prisoners from the
I'm a walking encyclopedia for Spider-Man.
That looks like a robbery by some rat prisoners.
And people still think I'm wrong when I say that Tom Holland isn't really accurate to Peter Parker.
You escaped the prison convoy but stayed in Manhattan? Bad call. Police are on their way. Done.
I've actually gotten verbally attacked for my opinions. Physically attacked, too. I like Spider-Man, I do. He's one of my favorite characters. He's one of the most relatable characters out there in the comic books. I relate to his comics the most. But when people sit there and attack me for dropping my knowledge down because I know how the character is, it's ridiculous. I'm ashamed of being a Spider-Man fan because people just assume shit, and that's what causes the problem, because they just automatically assume it's canon now. People are too busy fantasizing of what the perfect Spider-Man film is going to be instead of actually watching it. Like, people, it's ridiculous. And yes, I'm going to say it, the majority does this. There's way too many toxic fans out there, and it upsets me to say, if this is what I'm gonna see every time when I watch a movie, I don't want to sit there and see that anymore. No one does. I'm tired of seeing people set themselves up to fail, and then when they don't get what they want in a movie, or get what experience they want, they freak out and they act so freaking unrational and childish.
Spider-Man! Get him out of here!
Why can't you sell something nice? Like Snickers or pizza?
Taking it over here! Running for him! You're done, kid! Pay for that! I dare you!
Slow down! We can talk it out! Or not!
Like, that's all I'm ever going to say about this. Hey, people get mad at me for my opinion. Get mad at me.
Let that be a lesson!
Just don't do it!
But all I want you guys to do is take a good look in the mirror. And look at what you guys have been doing. Look at your posts on Facebook. Look at your posts on Twitter. And stop and think, should I actually post this? Should I sit there and rile up a group of people when in all actuality it's just gonna cause problems? No one does that anymore. No one has actually sat there and go, I can do this, but why should I? The fact is that people think that they can't, think that they could, but they don't stop to think about if they should.
Take my money. Take whatever you pick on someone your own, or, my side. Oh, crap, it's the spider! You can't take all of us! You ain't gonna bring me down! They don't mess with us!
Like, yeah, I have assumptions about this. Like, I have assumptions about the movie too.
Too slow, kid! Take you down!
Don't get me wrong. I have theories on how the movie's gonna end, and I know for a fact that my theories are probably not gonna be true.
He's mine!
I think I'm getting the hint
I
on
never
now.
played my I have never played my theories as fact. I have never done that. Because I know for a fact they're not gonna be true. Like, I had theories on stuff like the Joker movie. I had a theory that the makeup was gonna be based around tragedy and all that. Give me one sec. One moment, be right back. Maybe when the movie comes out, maybe people will change their minds. Maybe when the movie comes out, people will have a whole new look on it and like it for what it is. But I don't know. I don't see this being a good thing, and I never have. Anyways, that's just my thoughts. If you guys agree with me, please leave a comment down below and leave a like. If you guys disagree with me, comment to me about it. That's the only thing I can really say.
Hey, looks like some raft
Like,
criminals are robbing.
disagree with me, disagree with me. If you agree with me, you agree with me. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave a comment and follow. Follow me for more content. If you want to see more of my opinions like this, please let me know. Alright. See you guys later. Hold on. I'm gonna check this comment out. I haven't actually sat there and actually looked at the comment. So, my bad. I'm sorry for that. All facts. Alright. Sorry about that. I haven't looked at your comment. I wasn't sitting there looking at the comment selection. Alright, you wait until the video's over. But yeah. Peace.